Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is a super exciting one as we are back for another plan with me, and this time it is my May 2021 plan with me, as that is the next month coming up, obviously. I'm really excited for this month's theme. It's definitely one of my favourite themes I've ever done, and without further ado, be sure to like, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more bullet journal and inspirational content from me, and let's get right into it. So now starting off with the cover page, of course, I am doing, this month is kind of like a Copenhagen, Amsterdam kind of like colourful building theme, like a European city by the river, that kind of vibe. So I have that reference which just showed up, which I'm copying for these buildings, and I think it's just kind of like the classic picture of Copenhagen. I think that's what it's called in Germany. Is it Germany? It better be Germany because otherwise I'm wrong. So I'm just drawing these buildings. I planned them out in pencil first, so I knew the positioning, the height and everything and how I was going to do them. And then I'm using four different colours, like four main colours for each building. So I have a kind of like a light peachy pink. Then I have a kind of pastel toned down red. It's not like a bright red. Then I have this nice light blue, kind of like a sea colour. A bit of green in it, that kind of blue. Then I have this nice yellow, which is not like a neon yellow. It's like kind of like, it's not pastel, but I think you'll see it when it comes up in the next building. And then yeah, those are the kind of main colours I'm using. Obviously I have some browns, some different shades of browns and greys for the roofs and the doors and stuff like that. And then I have some greens for like if I had some greenery to some of the buildings, stuff like that. But those are the main four colours I'm using. So what I love about these buildings is you can come up with so many different doodles. You can switch up the roofs, the height of the building, how many windows, the style of windows. I did a lot of different styles with my white pen, my black fine liner. I love experimenting with that. And if it has a chimney or not, how many stories, the size of the door, the colour of the door and the roof. All of that stuff you can change up, and I love that about these houses. And they're kind of time consuming to draw, but it's so worth it in the end. Obviously you can simplify them by adding less windows, making them less intricate with less details, but you can do what you want, but this is just how I prefer to do them. And let me know if you'd like a tutorial on how to draw some of these buildings, because I know they can look pretty intimidating when you look at them. Now for the font that I'm using, it's kind of like this, it's very playful, fun, it's this lowercase font, but it's like bouncy and some of the things are a little elongated. Now for the quote page, I'm just showing you that this is the house. I'm drawing a little arrow to the photo, and I'm drawing the yellow house with this boat next to it. I love the boat idea. It's just kind of like the boat is in front of it because all these houses are kind of like on a river sort of thing, and I love that idea. I did include this boat in some other spreads. It's so simple and easy to draw, but it looks so effective at the end. And the quote that I'm using is actually, life is beautiful and I have time. This is very important, especially now that I'm kind of like at this age where I just want to like kind of get everything done, if you know what I mean. But I have a ton of time, so I just need to take a step back and take a break, if you kind of get what I mean. Yeah, that is it for the quote, the cover page, and I will see you in the next spread. Now for my May calendar spread, I just did the kind of usual layout I did the double page calendar grid layout. This month was kind of annoying because it had 6 kind of rows on the calendar. It had like one extra day at the bottom, so the last day is a Monday, which kind of is annoying, but it looks cute, so I can add some more buildings on the bottom, I guess. I'll work with it and it'll be fine. So at the top I did the title with May and then the month, the number. Then I'm just I did the grid with my fine line. I think I used a size 03, but don't quote me on that. Then for the days, I just wrote them in my felt tip colours that I mentioned, the colours that I was using earlier. Then I just did a side on an area on the side that I normally use for my growth, but I'm kind of just trying to take a step back and ignore the numbers because I don't think I really need to keep track of that as much. So I just changed that into a kind of goals area, which is perfectly fine. Now I'm just adding some buildings on the side, at the top, and underneath. So now for my mood and habit tracker, I decided this month to kind of keep the trackers themselves pretty simple by doing kind of like graph layouts. And then I did a building in the middle, kind of like as the main like dual feature and then I had on the side, I did the titles for each of them. I sped this up quite a lot because otherwise we'd be here for ages. This did take me quite a while to draw and colour in and everything, but it was so worth it in the end. I love how this spread did turn out. So on the left page, I have my habits. I just did this kind of horizontal layout, and each day I could just do a dot, whether I did that habit or not. I included 12 habits this month, which are workout, yoga, walk, no spend, skincare, teeth, journal, read, study, meditate, eat healthy, and water. I tend to keep my habits each month pretty similar. I might change one or two of them up depending on what happens, but I tend to keep the majority of them similar to what they were last month, depending on what worked for me and what I didn't really need. Then for my mood tracker, I have never actually done a kind of graph layout mood tracker, which I'm really excited to try because I wanted to keep it pretty simple, as I did have the doodle in the middle. I didn't want to do like the color wheel that I normally do with like my mood, as I normally do the round layout, which I've been loving the past few months, but I decided to switch it up. As one, there wasn't enough space to do a wheel, and I wasn't really bothered to measure it out because I'm pretty lazy right now. So I just did a kind of graph layout, and I would love to see how this turns out at the end. If you would like to see, I normally do either a flip through at the end of the year, my bullet journal on this channel, or I will do one at the end of the month as an Instagram reel or a TikTok, and I have all of my socials linked below if you'd like to check them out, and I will be posting one of the spreads on Instagram. If you would like to see the finished spreads, how they look kind of like halfway completed, and what they look like right now. Now for my kind of like trackers, graph, spread, layout thing that I do each month, and my exercise tracker, which I also do. So for the first spread, I have at the top, I have a kind of graph for sleep. So I have the hours ranging from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and then I'll just draw the line depending on how much I slept that night. And it ends up looking really cute at the end. It looks pretty plain right now, but after these spreads are filled in, they look so nice. And then underneath I have a graph which I track 4 things on. I track my steps per hour. So on my Fitbit I have like how many hours in the 11 hours of the day that I set I do 250 steps, which is really helpful because I want to keep active each hour, I guess. Then I have productivity, and then I have screen time as well. So basically I want all the first three to be quite high, like my steps and productivity and stuff. Then I want to keep my screen time quite low. So and then I have the colours for each one, and the graphs normally look really cute at the end. You can see me flipping back to my other ones to get the measurements and some inspiration. Now for my exercise tracker, I kind of keep this the same every single month for the past however long I can remember, since like last October, I swear. I think that's the first time I tried it, or even before that. And I just love this layout. I think I found it on Pinterest. I will have it linked below so you guys can see the original idea. So on the down the side vertically, I write down the numbers 1 to 31 for each day, and then I wrote the day that corresponds with it. The day of the week, so Sunday, Saturday, Monday, whatever. Then I had the key on the left hand side where I had some brim. I did the key where I had different colours for abs, upper body, lower body, yoga, full body / HIIT or cardio, and then walk, and then other. And then at the top I had the however long I do the activity for in minutes. So I have 5, 10, 15 minutes going all the way up to 90 minutes. Then I had some space underneath the key, so I just did a cute little building. So now for my May playlist and my content planner. My content planner is kind of a new spread for my plan with me's. I normally end up adding it later on in the month because I don't really find it that essential, but if I need it, I will add it within my weekly spreads, I kind of guess. But this month I just decided to add it because I'm kind of really uploading quite a lot of content lately. Whether it's Instagram Reel or a TikTok or an Instagram post on my wellness account, which is pretty new, so you guys should check that out. It's linked down below. And then also my bullet journal, Instagram, and then my podcast, YouTube, all of that stuff. I try to keep track of it, so I try to upload like at least one piece of content a day. So I just try to keep track of that all in this spread. I left it quite minimal so I can kind of change it up during the month, see how I want to track it this month. So that's why it's a pretty simple spread. And then on the right, I did a really colourful, fun playlist for this month. I included 8 songs as I've been listening to quite a lot of music lately. I would normally just include maybe 4 or 6. But this month, the songs I included were Deja Vu by Olivia Rodrigo. We all know her from Driver's License, but this is her newest single and I love it. Then I have Let's Go Home Together by Ella Henderson, Tom Grennan. Leave the Door Open by Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak and Silk Sonic. Then Hold On by Justin Bieber from his new album, and I'm loving that album lately. Then Obsessed by Addison Rae. Peaches by Justin Bieber, Daniel Caesar and Giveon, I think that's how you say it. Then Over by Andy and Good Without by Mimi Webb. I love these songs, and for the actual layout, I am doing kind of like boxes with my fine liner. Some of them are, not my fine liner, my felt tip I meant. And then some of them are coloured in, and then some of them are just with the outline of the colour, and I love that idea, and I think it's just so colourful and fun, and one of my most fun playlist spreads, definitely. I do have an actual Spotify playlist with all of these songs and more on them for May and for this entire year. If you'd like to check that out, I will have my Spotify playlists and my Spotify account linked down below. I have so many new playlists that I make every month, so be sure to check that out. So now, last but not least, as usual, it is my first weekly spread of the month. For this one, I'm doing a horizontal layout, which I try to do one once a month, and I really love these layouts. They just look so cute, and it allows me to do more doodles and more space for a quote in the center and on the last box area kind of thing. So the quote I have for this week is, "Growth is uncomfortable because you've never been here before," and I think this is so true, and can really relate to a lot of people, I guess. So I kind of just did the days, split the page kind of into 8 on each side, and then had the last space, as there are only 7 days in the week, for the quote, and then in the centre I left room to do a few buildings as well. So that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell for more bullet journaling and inspirational content from me. And without further ado, let's get right on to the final flip through of this setup. Bye, guys.